I once hired a financial consultant who was the best when it came to investing money. His service was incredible, but his business barely scraped by. Why? His marketing sucked. And this is true for you. Bad marketing will sink any business. It doesn't matter how good your product or service is. That's why in this video, I want to share with you 5 up-to-date marketing strategies that I just used to earn over $2.5 million online. You can take these strategies and steal them for your business. Let's dive in. When I see good coaches or consultants struggling with their business because of bad marketing, it makes me sad. Here's an example right here. Check out this outdated marketing strategy. She writes about her passion for fitness coaching, and then she says, reach out anytime for a free consultation, and then gives a link here where people can buy her services. Your marketing can't consist of you going on social media, making posts, asking people to buy from you. It simply won't work. So let me share with you 5 marketing strategies that do work. You can start using these today. The first strategy is to use your content to build hype. Use a series of posts to get your audience excited to buy from you. Let me show you an example of when I wanted to sell a service that helped people nurture leads faster. Here's the series of posts that I used to build this hype to get people excited to buy this product. So here's the first post. It says, the fortune is in the follow-up has become bad advice. Nurture your leads well and they'll buy from you. No follow-up needed. So this is a statement post talking about nurturing leads, getting my audience to start thinking about how are they doing when it comes to nurturing leads. That was the first post. Here's another post. We're going to come back to this one. This is a long form written post talking about how there's no better way to nurture leads and earn sales than what I described in this post. Again, getting my audience to think more deeply about how they're nurturing their leads. But I didn't stop there. Another post about nurturing leads. This happens to be a poll, and you can see big lead nurturing problem. It says, do you ever feel like this, like you're not able to nurture your leads and convert them into paying customers or clients? And in this case, 98% of people said, yeah, I feel like that sometimes. So you can see how this poll is getting some traction. It's building even more hype. But that's not all. Let's take a look at the next post in this series of hype building posts. This one says, we stopped using Messenger and discovery calls to nurture leads. So the topic is still on nurturing leads. Anyone want to test a new Facebook strategy? It sells better. And here's the really exciting part. Because so much hype has been built at this point, check it out. 904 people commented on this saying, yeah, they want help nurturing their leads better. So obviously there's a lot of hype here, but there was one more post that I made in this series. And you can take a look at this right here. This is an event inside a Facebook group. And the event is expert lead nurturing, warm up your Facebook leads, and quickly close sales without DMing. So at this point, a whole lot of hype has been developed, and that's why almost 300 people attended this event. And this created an opportunity for me to make these people an offer to help them with their lead nurturing. So when you're marketing your business, don't just create a post saying, buy from me, or here's what I've got for sale. Instead, create a series of posts that builds hype, builds momentum with your audience. That's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is to get emotional. I'm going to go back to that post that I mentioned earlier here. This is the one that says there's no better way to nurture your leads and to earn sales. And I want to read a little excerpt from this, the first paragraph here. It says, pretty soon every business owner will be scrambling to create better content. And it goes on to say that a lot of people thought that AI was going to be the solution. ChatGPT would churn out content that allowed them to nurture leads. But it says those are false AI promises that were exposed. The entrepreneurs who fell prey will still be fighting for attention, likes, and comments and wishing for more sales. Here's the key piece. They'll be disappointed. Instead of writing this post and saying, here's a great strategy for nurturing leads, I wanted to make sure that my audience felt something, that they had some emotion attached to this. You can see the emotion here is disappointment, perhaps fear, perhaps sadness, perhaps anger. And when you do this in your content, you embed emotion into your posts, your audience is going to perk up. They're going to pay attention. I'm going to show you an example of what will happen. So from this post, here's a DM that I got over in Messenger. So this person wrote to me, he says, I've been using AI. He says, I'm not satisfied with the results though. And then he goes on to say, I fear losing this strategy in the future. So notice the emotion there, fear. I know that this lead is going to pay attention because he experienced an emotion from my content. And that's what you can do as well. You might ask, well, where do you come up with these emotions, or how do you know which emotions to use in your content? I'm going to show you a tool that I use all the time. It's called the Wheel of Emotions. And I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can download this Wheel of Emotions. Here's a list of all of the human emotions. It starts with the most basic human emotions here and then gets more specific as we move to the outside of this wheel. So when it comes time to create your marketing content that's going to push sales for your business, you can come over to this wheel and choose an emotion. Let's say you wanted your audience to be angry, but even more specific than that, and perhaps more effective than that, you could say, well, I want them to feel not just angry, but frustrated or annoyed or maybe infuriated. And once you've selected those emotions, you can embed those directly into your marketing. And when they feel, they're going to start to follow you more closely. And that's when you can make sales. That's strategy number 2. It's to get emotional in your marketing content. Make your audience feel so that they'll follow and they'll buy. Strategy number 3 is to reuse what works. Too many business owners are always creating new marketing content, and that's completely unnecessary. Don't reinvent the wheel. I can show you an example of what I do to reuse what works. I'm going to go over to my content calendar, and I plan out all my content inside an app that's called Unipro. And here's an example. This particular content calendar was all about nurturing. So some of the posts that we looked at earlier, they came from this content calendar. I know that the content in this particular marketing plan all about nurturing worked very well. It generated a lot of sales, which means that I want to reuse it. Well, here's how I do that. I'm going to go up here to this button that says copy month 2, and I'm going to copy that entire marketing plan that works so well to a future date. So in this case, that marketing plan was used in August, and so I'm going to give it some time, and I might come back to that exact same marketing plan, let's say in March. So I'll choose March, and then I'm going to select all the posts that worked really well to generate sales, and I'm going to click on copy. Now, what's happening is that entire content calendar that is proven to work is being copied over to a future date. And now what we can do is let's slide over here and take a look at March. And there it is. That entire content calendar is ready to be reused. Now you might be wondering, am I going to use exactly the same posts word for word? And the answer is no. But I know the sequence of posts that did a great job of building hype. I know topics that really got my audience engaged. So now I can just adjust that content, and I know I'm going to make sales. It's already been proven. And that's what you want to do as well. Do not reinvent the wheel. When your marketing content works, reuse it in the future. That's strategy number 3, reuse what works. Strategy number 4 is to follow up with every single lead. And I know that sounds obvious. Of course, you'd want to follow up with your leads, but so many business owners don't. So here's a post that I created. It says, finally finished a first of a kind system that recovers any blocked, hacked, banned Facebook or IG accounts. And you can see that this post got some engagement from potential leads who'd be interested in a service that helps them recover lost accounts. Well, here's how I follow up with these leads to make sure that no sale is missed. The first thing that I want to do is I want to get the link to this particular post. So I'm going to copy that link. And then I do automate this process. If you want to do this manually, you can. I like to automate it. Here's what I'm going to do. Back over in Unipro, I'm going to go down to contact lists, and I'm going to create a list of all the leads who engaged on that post showing interest in that particular service. So in this case, I'm going to make a list from a post. I'm going to put in the URL to that post, and I'm going to say these leads are all interested in recover accounts. And I want to choose only people who commented on that post. I'm going to tell Unipro to go over that post to find all the leads who are raising their hand saying, yeah, Dave, I'm interested. I need help recovering a Facebook account, or my Instagram account got banned. You can see it's making a list of all those leads. And there I have it. I have all the leads who said they need help with this particular problem. So I'm going to select all those people, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a list. And you'll see Unipro now has a list of 41 leads who showed interest in that service. And now it's so easy to follow up with those leads. Unipro will send a message to all those leads asking a follow-up question. Maybe with a question, something like, hey, I saw you had an issue with a Facebook or Instagram account. Did you get that sorted out yet? Sparking conversation with those leads who already showed interest. That's where your easiest sales are going to come from. And if you're not sure how to do that, if you're not sure what you should be writing in Messenger to spark that interest and start those conversations, don't worry. In the description of this video, I put a link to a script that I use to book sales calls and make sales inside of Messenger, and it works in 6 minutes or less. It's super effective. So you can download that script and start using it to make sales for your business inside of Messenger. That actually leads into strategy number 5, which is strike while the iron's hot. Many business owners, they get into conversations inside a Messenger with leads, but they don't really know where those conversations are supposed to go. When should you make an offer? When should you try and make a sale? Well, I'll show you the strategy that I use. I'm going to go over to Messenger here, and you'll see that inside of my Messenger account here, I've labeled all of my conversations based on the stage of that lead. What do I mean by stage? Well, there are 4 different stages that your leads go through. The first stage is when they're a completely cold lead. They haven't received value from you. they're very unlikely to buy. I call those leads welcome leads because all I've done at that point is welcome them into my audience. I sent a message to Carter through Unipro. It says, "Hey Carter, nice to connect with you here. Enjoy your day." He comes back, he says, "Same to you, man. Cheers." There's no way I'm going to make a sale to Carter right now. We haven't built up any rapport. He doesn't trust me. He doesn't know what value I have to offer. You don't want to make offers to leads who are in this welcome stage. They're cold leads. Instead, you want to move these leads, the welcome leads, into the next stage, which is called a nurtured lead. Nurtured leads have received value from you. They've seen what you have to offer. Let's take a look at an example of a nurtured lead. Here's Gabriel, and we'll see the conversation here. So when we go back to the very beginning, you can see that there's been a lot of back and forth between Gabriel and I. And you can see as we go through here, he's consumed content from me. He's watched live trainings. He's asked for different resources. He's asked questions. He's received value. Well, this lead, Gabriel, now that he's been nurtured, is ready to receive an offer. And you can see here's an example of someone, Adam here. He did receive an offer from me to make a purchase. And when you make an offer to a nurtured lead, there's a good chance they're going to buy from you and they're going to become your client. In this strategy of making offers to your leads when they're most ready to buy from you, that's striking when the iron's hot. Don't try and sell to a cold lead. Take your cold leads, nurture them. Once they're nurtured, make them an offer. When they receive an offer, then they can become your paying customer or your client. So there you have it, 5 up-to-date marketing strategies that are very effective for nurturing your leads and making sales. And this is the same process I use personally, but I do also have a secret weapon. As you've seen, that secret weapon is Unipro. Unipro is an amazing tool that goes out onto Facebook. It finds your ideal leads, brings those leads over into your audience. It nurtures those leads and then makes those leads offers at the time that they're most likely to buy so that you make more sales. Unipro has been a game changer for my business. I know you're going to love it as well. Go over to unipro.com. That's what I've got for you in this video, all about marketing your business effectively. If this was helpful, give this video a like. And if you have any questions about the strategies we covered in today's video, leave those in the comment section below. I'm happy to help out. Again, if you have an online business and you're using Facebook to grow your business, you got to check out Unipro. Go over to unipro.com. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for checking out this video. Can't wait to see you in the next video.